Hello and welcome to Blackqube Magazine. We are in Berlin and we'll see some exciting gallery shows here. But first, let's have a look at some of the most iconic places of this wonderful city. And for those of you who are new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe and don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll get a reminder each time we put out a new video. Right here you see Unter den Linden. It's a majestic boulevard going from east to west. And along the street you see the Opera House, for example, here on the left side. You have the university and the State Library, the Brandenburg Gate, which is seen as a symbol of German reunification, and on the other end, the City Palace. Also here in the city center, you'll find the Museum Island, which consists of an ensemble of various classical style buildings, housing several museums. Recently, one of the museums of the island has got a modern extension, which you see here. It's been commissioned to architect David Chipperfield. This, for example, is the Old National Gallery. It's reminiscent of a Greek-style temple, and it's home to a great collection of 19th century art. So for now, we'll leave the Museum Island and move over to Maxhetzlergallery to see a show of German artist Hans Hartung. Hans Hartung lived from 1904 to 1989, and this comprehensive show we're seeing here is covering about 7 decades of his work. He's renowned for his contribution to European post-war painting and is also considered to be a great artistic innovator. Hans Hartung had always been working as an abstract painter, even before the Second World War. But after 1945, he developed a specific dynamic gestural style. And this way he became one of the most important representatives of European informal painting. If you look for characteristic elements of Hans Hartung's work, you could certainly say that it is the spontaneous, emblematic compositions we are seeing, and also his explorations of the interplay between color field and line. As this exhibition covers a great part of Hans Hartung's life, it's also a good opportunity to follow his extraordinary journey out of Germany through Europe. He finally arrived in Paris in 1936, where he fought against Nazism. During the Second World War, he became severely wounded in 1944, and actually he thought that his whole career was ruined at that time. But he was able to start working again, and in the 1950s, he became a central figure of abstraction, even on an international scale. In 1960, he won the Grand Prix at the Venice Biennale and even got a whole room dedicated for his work in the French Pavilion. Hans Hartung's work is a skillful blend of fervor and mastery of gesture. He plunges into pictorial lines and he conveys pure energy with his unruly brushstrokes. Since his arrival in Paris in 1935 and 6, Hans Hartung actually spent the most part of his life in France, and he also became a French national. So in the 1960s, he managed to buy a piece of land in the south of France, in Antibes, Côte d'Azur, and he built a house there together with a studio with his wife, Anna Eva Bergmann, who was also working as an artist. And after the death of Hans Hartung and Anna Eva Bergmann, the house and studio was transformed into a foundation, and it's now open to the public and can be visited. So now we're seeing an exhibition by Berlin and London-based artist Maninejad. Maninejad has developed a comprehensive suite of delicate works, weaving together various media and compositions that are bonded in a common language of gravity. And as you can see in terms of color, black matters a lot in those works. They are inspired by a kind of dualistic concept and clear-cut color palettes that would naturally derive from it. So you can say that these artworks reflect the tension of resistance and autonomy, and they show us moments of calmness and introspect. These works are inspired by abstract and semi-figurative painting, but Maninejad also tries to transcend these classical notions of genre and narrative. And what he does is he frees the subject matter from its original context and then repositions it within a new aesthetic reality. Maninejad very skillfully assembles forms and fragmented figures in these works, and they tell a vivid story. They are brought to life by blending image segments from background into foreground and vice versa. We are now moving to the next exhibition. It's actually presented in an iconic building which has been built by Mies van der Rohe. It's the Neue Nationalgalerie, New National Gallery. And we're seeing here a show by Bonvicini, which is called I Do You. It's a site-specific installation with lots of architectural references. Monica Bonvicini kind of redefines this building. She's playing a lot with reflections, mirrors. She's opening up new perspectives within the room and outside, but at the same time also obstructing the entrance with a supersized wall carrying the title of the show, I Do You. So, all in all, she offers the viewer an intense physical experience on several levels, and they can reflect on themselves, but also on the power of art, sculpture, architecture, and last but not least, the power of this iconic building. Now, finally, we are visiting a group show. It's called Bodyland. It's curated by Lauren Taschen, a well-known art collector and curator. This exhibition explores the significance of the human body and nature, but also the significance of landscape in current artistic practices. When curating the show, Lauren Taschen chose to show a new generation of artists. She wanted to capture the current picture and the current mood, and she also chose to present a predominantly female perspective. This show, Bodyland, examines how depictions of natural environments, but also domestic settings, are approached in contemporary painting, in drawing, photography, and sculpture. The artists use a range of tools and aesthetics, and they also project psychological interpretations onto the natural world and the human existence. For those of you who want to explore the artists that are shown here in more detail, please follow the links down below in the description box. So we'll leave you here with these impressions and hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.